Achieving financial freedom is something that many of us strive for and would be thrilled to attain. The rich and famous appear to lead an entirely different lifestyle compared to the majority of us. That's why they stand out in their own distinctive ways. The affluent enjoy lavish lifestyles, including luxurious trips and excursions, events available only to those with invitations, and of course, the use of yachts. The luxury enjoyed by the wealthy seems to be never-ending. In simple terms, it is highly unlikely that Billy, who lives near us and works at McDonald's, would ever experience such a luxurious lifestyle, though he may fantasize about it from time to time. The extravagant lifestyles of the wealthy are nonetheless captivating. In today's video, we'll be talking about some of the things that individuals with financial security never need to worry about. By the end of it, you'll get useful advice on how to change your financial outlook and thought processes. So come along and let's take a look. Number 1. Opinions. One noticeable difference between the wealthy and those who are less fortunate is that the rich are carefree. They don't mind what other people think about them. That's why they take on a more risky business venture due to the potential rewards. Even they know that it has a 95% possibility of failure. Intuitively, they believe that the 5% difference is enough for them to reap the desired benefits and thus decide to invest all in. Thanks to their strong faith in themselves, they are often rewarded with favorable outcomes. So it's probably the right moment to stop worrying about what people will think if you leave that miserable but well-paying job. Number 2. Purchasing trends. Companies invest billions of dollars into creating compelling commercials. This is to captivate our attention, influence us, and ultimately convert us into buyers of their products. People can often be sucked by the marketing tactics without even thinking for a second. To be able to experience life in the same way as the wealthy do, you have to train yourself not to succumb to the desires of buying whatever catches your eye. The affluent tend to prefer simple items and don't care much of others' opinions. Keeping things simple is the key, and this is a mistake many of us make at times. Being too flashy or wearing expensive brands is not necessary. As long as you look decent and presentable, that's all that really counts. The affluent do not frivolously spend on luxurious clothing, but rather opt to invest in items that offer utility and worth beyond just the price tag. Number 3. The lack of money. If you had multiple sources of income, would you ever be concerned about how much money you have left in your bank account? Share your opinion by leaving a comment below. For me, I'm confident that I would be able to make ends meet, even if one of my sources of income declines, due to the fact that I have another one to meet my needs. When asked for exact figures about their wealth, Warren Buffett and Elon Musk are never able to come up with a definite number. The reason behind this is that they have diversified their income sources, and hence, it appears like they're swimming in money. Number 4. Working harder is equal to rich is wrong. Staying stuck at a monotonous job for your entire life isn't something anyone would prefer. I, for one, wouldn't want that either. Unfortunately, due to our difficult circumstances, it has become necessary for us to take up odd jobs as a means of making our ends meet and never getting the opportunity to take a break from it. Those with wealth often are unwilling to work harder to increase their funds, so they utilize their creativity to figure out ways that their money could work for them. The aim is to live a more relaxed and a stress-free life. Working continuously without being able to enjoy financial stability doesn't make any sense. The good news is that having the right understanding can be a great help in making your wealth work for you and help build a financial legacy for generations to come. It's true that only working smart can help you reach your goals. So even if you ask Elon Musk, I am sure he'd agree with the same advice. That is to focus on working smarter instead of harder. That way, you can get closer to being successful. Number 5. How much it costs and the price of things. Money is often seen as a challenge that needs to be overcome. For many people, having money can be a source of anxiety and difficulty. Contrastingly, wealthy people have a different approach to expenditures. They tend to focus more on the value and longevity of a product, regardless if it's tangible goods, services, or an experience. It isn't shocking that this is a common mindset among the lower income class, as they typically struggle to survive paycheck to paycheck. The middle class are not exempt from this dilemma either. Fortunately, if we look past conventional thinking, this will enable us to identify and purchase items based on their value that will ultimately ensure more productivity from our money in the long run. Number 6. Updating social media. Have you heard the phrase, "Pics or it didn't happen"? If not, you must be living in another era. Nowadays, it's almost expected to share a picture of an event or an experience. Otherwise, it feels like it never happened. For many of us, it seems almost pointless to visit a scenic holiday spot if we don't share it on our social media. Now, this is an issue that many of us face in our day-to-day lives. Those who are well off comprehend the lack of value and time-consuming nature of social media. It distracts people from focusing on the things that truly matter. People who can afford luxury homes have often figured out how to make the most of the present and prioritize what really matters to them. Number 7. Risks of injuries or emergencies. People often forget to include a contingency fund in their budgets for the unforeseen expenses, such as an emergency or an injury. Sadly, this is often the reality for those who are barely surviving on meager wages. Faced with such a limited resource, they must make decisions between basics like purchasing bread or paying rent. How can they save money to cover the unexpected expenses? Financially disadvantaged individuals generally have to make unpleasant choices and stress over them, while wealthy people never need to contemplate these hardships since they have established an emergency savings fund that they frequently replenish. It gives the security of having a cushion in case of the loss of life of the breadwinner or in event of an accident. Additionally, they have secured their health and well-being through medical insurance that covers them and their kids, providing some much-needed relief. Number 8. Trendy clothes. It's quite amusing to discover that even the wealthiest man enjoys wearing a simple outfit of jeans, t-shirt, and basic shoes more than any luxury designer garment. This is surprising, considering people with money usually have the resources to buy the highest-end clothing brands without worrying about the cost. Rich people often view clothing as a necessity rather than viewing it as accessory. They also recognize the negative impact fashion waste has on the environment. These individuals will often purchase durable clothes that can endure longer, no matter if they're trendy or not. Number 9. What others have. It's a commonly accepted fact that comparison brings misery rather than joy. So why put yourself in a difficult position of continuously comparing yourself to those around you? Wealthy individuals never entertain such biased thoughts, as they understand the effect it can have on their mindset. Instead, they concentrate on what matters the most, building a life that they are proud and thrilled to lead. Number 10. Celebrities and gossip. Celebrity gossip, much like social media, can become a destructive and time-consuming habit. It can be brain-numbing and can sap away precious energy. If you're spending too much time and energy worrying about celebrity relationships and gossips, it may be the time to reassess what matters most to you in life. Gossiping is toxic, especially when it pertains to people who don't even know you exist and who may be earning a significant amount of money for each tweet made about them. Wealthy people concentrate on things that can help them build greater wealth. Number 11. Bills. The wealthy have the privilege of having more than enough money to cover their daily needs and therefore don't need to stress out about their upcoming bills. They often invest their time in creating a secure financial setup with 2 or more backup sources of income. Building multiple income sources has become essential in the 21st century, as relying on one job to sustain us for a long period of time is no longer tenable. Therefore, let us learn and follow their footsteps in generating multiple income streams. Number 12. Getting help. Life is becoming increasingly hectic, with many individuals trying to make a living by juggling multiple jobs. That's why it's a great relief to be able to afford assistance. This can range from hiring a nanny to look after your children while you work, or having someone come over for housekeeping services. Unfortunately, a large number of people do not have the luxury of choice due to financial constraints. This can lead them to work longer and hard hours with limited resources, similar to farm laborers in the past. Wealthy people live far different lives compared to the average individual. as their biggest worry is not whether they need assistance. They have nannies, gardeners, drivers, and chefs. This allows them to focus solely on money-making activities, freeing them from the same concerns that more ordinary people like John, Ashley, or Mike have to deal with. Having such services at their disposal has worked well for them. This got me wondering, is seeking assistance a necessary evil or a burden? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.